Do you know Mike Tyson, one of the world champions in boxing? Throughout his career, he generated at least $300 million. But Mike Tyson himself once declared bankruptcy and had debts of around $30 million. Why did that happen? This answers the title of our thumbnail today. When you can't learn what we'll discuss today, you'll be poor for life. Imagine you have an income of $300 million and it all disappears. How foolish is that? You can earn as much money as possible, but if you can't manage your finances, you'll always be poor. Now, let me ask you, what is money to you? Is it just a figure that comes to you, but as soon as it arrives, you tell it to go away? Or do you believe that money is something you should carefully manage? Or do you also think that money is something you should spend, or something else? So, before you learn to earn money, you should first understand what money means to you and be able to manage it. Because what's the point if you earn $100,000 per month, but at the end of the month, you have nothing to show for it, indicating that you earned $100,000? What's the use? Today, we will learn about that, about how we treat our money, which of course aligns with the philosophy of this channel. This knowledge is not taught in schools or universities. Alright, before we begin, I'd like to ask one thing. What do you think money is? Or what does money represent to you? Is it when you're shopping? Or when you receive your paycheck after work? What does money mean in those two transactions? Indeed, money is a medium. It's a medium of exchange, a tool that facilitates buying, selling, and exchanging goods, as it says in the books. In my opinion, money represents value. Let's take a simple example. Among many pizza places, there are some that sell slices for $10 and others for $30 per slice. The pizza place you choose symbolizes your valuation of the pizza's value. So if you choose a place that sells slices for $20, it means that, according to you, the value of that pizza is worth $20. $30 might seem expensive to you, and $10 might seem cheap, but not necessarily tasty. This means that money represents value. So why is understanding this important in our lives? Because when you grasp this concept, all the decisions you make with your money are based on your assessment of that value. Okay, I'm sure many of you understand this by now. Except for those who live from paycheck to paycheck, have a lot of debt, or are addicted to things like online gambling, which I'll address later. Now, I'll ask the second question: what is your relationship with money? For most, including myself, money comes into our wallets and slowly disappears bit by bit. So our relationship with money is about income and expenses. Let's say you receive $10,000 into your account every month, and you've been working for 3 years, which equals 4 multiplied by 3, and then multiplied by 12, totaling $360,000. Now, out of this total income of $360,000, how much money do you have in your hands? If it's a small amount, then your issue lies in your consumption. In 2017, 78% of Americans lived from paycheck to paycheck. So if you're in the same boat, living from paycheck to paycheck, then the issue lies in your consumption. This means that before you learn to earn money, you should learn to control your consumption or spending, so that you don't end up like Mike Tyson earlier. No matter how much income you have, if your money management is poor, it will surely disappear. Take the example of Mike Tyson again. When he wants to buy pizza ranging from $10 to $30, he goes for the $100. Alright, next, let's discuss a trap that we've all experienced or will experience in our lives: the money trap. It's like a circular racetrack, where we keep running but end up going in circles like in a devil's loop. You work 5 days a week, get paid once a month, and when your paycheck comes in, it goes straight out of your account. In one day, the money is almost gone, whether it's for our needs, paying installments, or, worst of all, for gambling. On the first, you receive $10,000, and by the third, you're left with $3,000, which should last for a month, but nope, it doesn't. And we keep doing this for months, years, or even a lifetime. Now, because I likened it to a circular racetrack, running has its limitations. You might get tired after just 3 laps, fall sick, and then lose your job. What can you do then? Especially if you've just taken a 5-year car loan or a 15-year mortgage. Tough luck. Even if your body can endure, and your stamina is strong, can you guarantee that your mental health will remain intact after 100 laps? So, the conclusion is, while some of you may have strong physical bodies, eventually it will take a toll on your mental health. Okay, so let's continue with the money trap. If you now realize that you're in this trap, you must quickly find a way out. The solution is to fix your relationship with money. The first step you can take is to write down all your expenses, from housing costs, transportation, food, necessities, entertainment, and so on. The key is to understand your expenses and consumption. Once you've grasped that, the next step is budgeting, determining how much money you should spend each month. Once you've set your budget, systematically you should be able to identify what's unnecessary and cut it from your expenses. Then, you can save or invest the remaining money if you're not yet ready for business. Moving on, here's an additional suggestion from me before you decide to invest or start a business with your leftover money. Prepare an emergency fund, just in case you fall sick or for various other emergency reasons. So, you have to control your lifestyle or keep it moderate. Don't live above your means. If you do, I'm sure you'll end up in debt within a year. But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying buying expensive cars, jewelry, iPhone 15, or other expensive items is useless. What I mean is, buy according to your salary standards. Or if you want to buy something above that, make sure you've been saving up for it for a long time, not just from that month's salary. So, it all comes back to you. Do you prefer to appear wealthy, or do you actually want to be wealthy? Okay, now let's discuss how to increase income. One advice from my father that still resonates with me until now is that earning $5,000 per month is easy, but earning $50 every day is hard. At first glance, it may sound illogical because if we earn $50 every day, we'd only get $1,500 in a month. But the ability to earn $50 every day will eventually evolve and grow, increasing to $60, then $70, and so on. From my experience, reducing expenses is much easier than increasing income. Now, I'll briefly discuss some paths to increase income, just to give you an overview. First is the business path, which is the quickest way to earn money. The method is simple: understand the market, identify problems within the market, find solutions to those problems, and then sell those solutions to the wider community. However, not everyone wants or is capable of pursuing this path. Second is the investment path. The method is simple: learn about investment every day, and each month, invest your remaining money into analyzed investment instruments. If you profit, you can withdraw, and if you incur losses, you can manage the risk. This method is easy and can be done by anyone. So in conclusion, first you need to understand yourself and your consumption patterns to reduce your expenses. Second, you need to set a budget. Third, you should use your remaining money to explore other paths to increase your income. It's as simple as that. But whether you can implement it or not, well, it's up to you. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.